This is a training video for PaySimple. PaySimple is the merchant processor for Bell Media. This is how we collect credit card or ACH payments. How to add a new customer. On the left-hand side, click the Customers tab. Click Add a new customer. Enter the following information: client first name, client last name, their company name, and the email address. The email address should correspond with who needs payment notifications and receipts. Scroll down to the credit card or e-check box. Enter the following information for credit cards: card type, card number, expiration date, zip code. Once complete, click the Set as Default Account. Click the Save Credit Card box at the bottom right-hand corner. If you're paying with e-check, which is the same thing as ACH draft, enter the following information: bank name, routing number, and account type. Once completed, click the Set as Default Account. You will not need a check number, you just need to see the check to gather this information. Click the Save Bank Account at the bottom right-hand corner. Review all information on the screen to verify if it is correct. You need to make sure that you have the first name, last name, company name, email address, and also a form of payment, whether credit card account or e-check. Then you will go and press Save Changes at the bottom right-hand corner. This will bring you to the customer screen. You will need to find the customer you just entered. You can use the search box to quickly find the customer. Once you choose your customer, on the right-hand side there is a box labeled Action. Click the drop-down arrow and select Collect a Payment. This will bring you to the payment section. Collecting payment, one-time payment. Verify the customer you are loading payment for is shown in the customer box. Enter the dollar value of the one-time payment in the box next to payment amount. Verify that the payment type box is selected as one-time payment. In the payment date box, choose the date in which you want the payment to be charged. Below is a section called Choose a Payment Method. It is automatically loaded with the credit card or e-check information you previously entered. If you entered e-check, you will need to click the e-check bubble. You will have to use the drop-down feature and select Business to Business. If you want to change the credit card or e-check information previously entered, you may do so now using those same steps. Once you've determined the method of payment, there's a section called Set Up Email Notifications. It will automatically default with a payment receipt and failure notification. Review everything that has been scheduled and click the Collect Payment box at the bottom right-hand corner. This will set up the one-time payment for this customer. Collecting payment, reoccurring billing. Verify the customer you are loading payment for is shown in the customer box. Under payment amount, enter the dollar value of the reoccurring billing. Under the payment type, select reoccurring billing. Under billing frequency, you will either select first of the month, specific day of the month, or last of the month. First and last of the month will be exactly as stated, charged on the first day of each month or the last date of each month. Specific day of the month, a drop-down box will let you choose the specific date of the month to be charged. Example, if you want the payment to be charged on the 29th of each month, you would choose 29. The start date will be the first date you want the payment to be charged. Example, you want the first payment to be charged on October 29th, 2015. You will select the date in the calendar. The date must match your selection in the previous step for calendar day. The end date will be the last day of the contract unless they were granted payment terms over net 30. Review start and end date to make sure it encompasses enough payments to match the number of months running. You will follow the same steps under Choose a Payment Method and set up email notifications as covered in the steps for one-time payment. The only difference is now, because it's a reoccurring payment, is the schedule notification days. This is an email sent to your customer to remind them of their payment. is the default is going to be 3 days, but you can choose anywhere from 1 to 10 days. The last option for collecting payment is reoccurring billing with different first-time payment. The best examples for using a custom first-time payment would be for a vinyl charge or one-time setup fees with online services. You will follow the same steps as previously shown in reoccurring billing. The additional step is to click the custom first payment box. You will then enter the first payment, which will have the additional charges, and then you will select the payment date. Remember to make sure your start date takes into account this custom first payment. So you may have to change this start date and move it back a month to incorporate this custom first payment. Client renewals. Your customer information will always be saved in PaySimple. For renewal, you will just need to set up a new one-time payment or reoccurring billing for the new sales contract. If your customer has had a change in credit card since the last contract, you will enter the new credit card or e-check information. You will mark this as the new default card. Checking your reoccurring billing. Go to the Payments tab on the left. Click the Manage Reoccurring Payments tab on the top. You will then use the search bar and search for your client. If a reoccurring schedule has been set up, you will see it here. You can check the start date, the last payment date, the next scheduled date, as well as the amount. This is a recap of what we just covered. How to set up a new customer and search for a customer already in PaySimple. You'll go to the Customers tab and either add a new customer or search for a customer. We learned how to process a one-time payment, process a reoccurring billing, and process a reoccurring billing with a different one-time payment. We also learned how to search for a reoccurring schedule. You will go to Payments, Manage Reoccurring Payments, use the search bar to search for your client, and then validate this information is correct. Reminders. Set up email notifications will always be set to the following default settings. Email a receipt to the email address on file, or send a failure notification to the email address on file and copying accounting, and a scheduled notification to be set for 3 days prior. This can be changed to 1 day or up to 10 days depending on your client's needs. There are also 2 ways to input credit card information or an e-check information. One would be when you're processing the payment using this box, or when setting up a new customer. Once you put in the customer information, you will then have the option to put the credit card information in here as well. This wraps up our training on PaySimple. If you have any questions, please reach out to the accounting department. Remember, when you submit a Zoho sales order, make sure that PaySimple is set up with the credit card or e-check information prior to submitting. Thank you.